Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 horror film Haunt, a film that is written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, and it stars Katie Stevens, Will Britton, Laura Ailsa McLean, Andrew Caldwell, as well as others. Now this is a film that's a VOD film that's getting a lot of attention at the minute. I mean, when Chris Stuckman even does a film review for a video on demand film, you know it's probably got a pretty decent reputation. And this is a film that focuses on a group of teenagers who decide to visit an extreme haunt. Now, those of you in the UK, we don't really experience like these haunted hotels, extreme haunts that they have in America for Halloween. And they've been popularised even more with films like Hell House and The Houses That October Built, Part 1 and 2. So they're making headroads into the horror film genre as well, the extreme haunted houses. And this film is no different. So these group of teenagers decide to head up to this extreme haunt, and when they get there it all seems pretty kosher. They've got to sign this release form, they head on in there. However, things go extreme pretty quickly, and they realise fairly early on that in actual fact the scares that they're being faced with are actually reality, and they becomes a fight for survival. Right, so that's general gist of this movie. What did I think of Haunt? Well, no surprise really here. I thought this was excellent. I really enjoyed this film. It was a really well made, well structured horror film with good scares, effective scares, not cheap scares, and it was really well made. I thought the performances by everybody here were believable. I thought there was a real attempt to flesh out certainly the main character Harper, who had this tragic backstory in regards to like an abusive upbringing, and it just shows how I mean, they didn't spend too much time on fleshing out this character, but through a couple of flashbacks and a couple of like smart dialogue choices, some smart writing, they really managed to make you feel something for this character. And I think it's a testament really, and a good example to horror films out there, that instead of just putting just teenagers cannon fodder in your movies just to be killed, you know, you can make you care about them a little bit more. And even the other teenagers, the majority of them that went into this extreme haunt, they were all fairly believable performances and characters that, you know, you could fairly easily relate to. They weren't overly cliched, even though one of them was, I thought, and I thought they did a really good job. There was some really great tension building in this thing, and it's for a good portion of this film you're actually kept guessing as to, is this actually an extreme haunt? Is it, or are they messing with them, or is this real? Is this real what we're seeing? And it does a really good job of keeping you guessing up to the point where there is no doubt as to what is taking place. It's pretty gruesome and brutal at times, some of the scenes, far more than I expected it to. And the people running this extreme haunt all walk around with these scary costumes and masks and things, as you would expect in a Halloween haunt, and you know you're doing something right when these characters, when they take the masks off, you wish they hadn't. They looked gruesome underneath these masks, and really effective imagery, and I thought that worked tremendously well. I've got to say, it was just a superbly well structured, well thought out horror film here that just kept you on the edge of your seat, and some really interesting characters. I thought the ending was a little bit rushed, and a little bit unbelievable. She went a bit Ripley. This Harper character went a bit Ripley by the end, and you can understand why she was fighting for survival at one point in the film after it does like a brief flashback, and then right at the end of the film she goes proper Ripley, which I just thought was a little bit rushed. The actual ending, and there's another character in particular that you don't see what their outcome is by the end. Really, you just felt a bit rushed to me. But yeah, I think what we have here is a genuinely well made, well thought out, scary horror film that's got some really effective imagery. It's really brutal at times. It's some clever writing, some clever directing, and good performances, and there's not a huge amount of criticism I can give here, other than there's a fair amount of predictability, and I felt like the ending was a little bit rushed. But I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was really good, really entertaining, on the edge of my seat throughout. I cared about the characters, and the main bad guys in this film were pretty effective at what they were doing, so I do strongly recommend this. I mean, this could probably have done with coming out closer to Halloween, if I'm honest. It's almost a perfect vehicle for Halloween, so I think they might have missed a little bit of a trick there, but I think it's probably going to gather an audience this over the coming weeks, and this is one of those potential sleeper horror hits of the year. So yeah, check Haunt out. It is certainly worth a watch. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course I will see you next time on Screen Stars.